first game of the series. It was definitely back and forth. And bans and picks wise so far are exactly the same. Yeah.
Copy pasta of the matches. So will we get that same sort of just backwards and forwards for the next two matches? We'll yet to see.
Yeah, Ziggs being the pickup. If this is the same, it's going to be Ziggs Ornn here, but might be the Nautilus instead of the Ornn. So maybe not valuing the super tank assassin bruiser crazy damage dealing Ornn. So we'll have to see if maybe Forever Esports want to pick up instead.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for neither of the teams to pick up the Ornn. I mean, it's not like Ornn's always been the top pick for support. They generally like go for your Brahms, your Nautiluses as well, especially if they're not taken up. We still see a lot of that. Braum generally comes through. I'd say, if not banned, he's probably picked maybe 1 out of 3 times, I would say.
Yeah, so that's going to be, we're going to see if anything does change. The Jax is going to be picked up again for Carlos, as Forever Esports are not in the right order again. I just realized.
Hey!
They're never in the right order, are they? Every time. We're gonna have to do
I wonder if they can tie their own shoelaces.
Can you make sure Forever are in the right order? Or I will I need to say something nice here. I will do nothing. Because I'm nice. There you go. I actually typed that out, by the way, chat, if you're wondering. I didn't just make that up. I actually did type that out. But yeah.
Absolutely nothing but complain like we are good at being British.
Oh, God. Queuing, ordering. Oh, God. The wonders of being British. Wonders, the wonders. Yeah, nothing's really changed at all here, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, Aatrox's bad.
I mean, Aatrox is different. It's definitely different. But Zed is the same. Jax is the same. Fury is the same. I think Jax was picked a little bit later on down the line, and the Orianna was picked instead. Curious as to where Aces are going to be taking their bans, because they can maybe look to try and ban out some of them duo lane carries. But no, they're just going to be focusing on the junglers, like the, Wukong, the Volibear as well. Very interesting.
No, definitely. Aces are stuck in their ways. Other than the Nautilus, I can't say they're completely stuck in their ways, and neither are Forever Esports. They've made a different one ban. It's still gone for the Kha'Zix ban there, but we see that Almighty Capybara Elites have gone for the Nautilus. So, not completely stuck in their ways. There may be a bit of a flex pick between 1 or 2 champions, but gotta love them. Gotta love them.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's the pick's gonna be. Oh, Shen is an interesting one. I haven't seen Shen jungle in forever. I get it, because it's forever. I get it. I said forever because Forever Esports. Yeah, okay, bad pun. We bad pun. It's fine. We see Shen now. I mean, is it going to be Shen Baron Lane? Is it going to be Shen jungle? I'm not too sure. I actually edited my tier list today. I actually put Shen down a tier in jungle because I just don't think the champion really offers too much. Lux was hovered. I would have liked to see a Lux. But
it would have been nice.
It would have been nice. I think Lux is definitely a lot more powerful, but it is going to be the Orianna again, which had a few decent shockwaves, had a few decent plays, but nothing too crazy. Like I said, I think the Lux can definitely just bring a lot more to a fight and a lot more to a team than Orianna can.
It looks like it's going to be a rinse and repeat for Forever Esports. I mean, it seemed, it was an even match, but it seemed effortless for Forever Esports. But the only thing that really threw them off, as you said before, the Fiora taking the Hull Breaker, Jax not having the Hull Breaker, and then that base race towards the end. Maybe that's what upset them. They want to redo this and do it with pizzazz, shall I say, lack there for better words. Because they did really well with that team cup in the last match, but they just didn't quite get the cherry on the top that they wanted with that team comp. So it looks like they're definitely trying that again. And then we see Almighty Capybara Elites going for the Renekton in the Baron lane, Shen jungle, Fiora going back into the mid lane, and then we're seeing Cold Q go for Nautilus over the Ornn. When are we going to see the Galio bust out, as he absolutely abused it in the group stages?
Galio's interesting. I think Galio is normally quite, you know, paired quite a lot with the likes of Camille and any other combo champions that you can look for, and against a lot of dive. Which, to be fair, there is quite a lot of dive on the side of Forever Esports. You can see it being a pretty good pick. But yeah, interestingly enough, the Sanji is on the Fiora now, and S-Style is not on the Fiora, so they're switching that up. Oh no, they swapped last second. Look at that. It's gonna be Renekton mid and Fiora top lane. Hopefully they have their runes correctly, because if they don't have their runes correctly, they quickly have to change the last second. But that's a bit of a switch up right at the last second.
Literally, there was watch in the chat. Clearly, there was like, you know what, let's see if we're gonna get them to completely mess up this lineup, and then tricked us last second. There was like, you know what, now
3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, the game's not stuck. Don't worry, chat. The game is not stuck, as you can see. We just have to pause the game at the start because we don't play as stream sniping. Like I said, even though the players probably won't, we don't want to take that risk anyway. So game number 2, Aces were able to take game number 1 after a crazy split push at the end from S-Style. And to be fair, it was a very back and forth game, so we'll have to see if anything does change this time around.
No, we've got Cold Q lurking in the mid lane. Are they going to change the first blood to mid lane this time around? It was in the Baron lane. Ooh, but he takes a lot of unnecessary turret shots there. It was a bit unnecessary, but ready, set, action. When you're ready, team.
Did you just say action, like the champion?
Yeah.
Action. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, we're full of puns today.
We are. We're gonna continue it.
We're full of puns. Oh, Cold Star is taking a bit of a hook there. There's action happening in the top lane, but again, my directed cam just doesn't want to go there for some reason. We are okay. We're looking at the bot lane instead with Prince just throwing the bombs out with Ziggs as we're getting the AP mages down in the bot lane. Nothing too crazy to start things off. There's just some little bit of action with players trading and everything. We're only a minute and 25 seconds in, so we still got some time.
But I mean, this was the same thing that we had last match. It was very sort of slow paced, other than that first blood that came a lot earlier on in the last match for Forever Esports. Could we see it here? I mean, Observer's gone back down to bot lane as we see something pop up between mid and Baron. Okay, Gragas is out there, safe and sound. Cold Q taking a lot of damage. We still have the Shen. Oh no, it's the Zed, sorry, in the back, taking out Cold Q there. And then it's another 2-1 trade. Can they manage to take out the Jax? No, we see the Shen bring out his bubble.
Okay,
oh, double
Shen.
kill for Zito. Nicely done. But the Zed comes back around and aids the Jax in the kill on Shen. So a solid 3-2 trade in all.
My god, Zed is level 5 and Fiora is only level 3 right now. 2 level difference there. But Zed unfortunately not going to be able to get the kill. But yeah, it was a very messy, scrappy battle there. Zito was the one that actually initiated the engage with a really nice taunt flash onto multiple members. But they don't really have the damage, you know, this early on. They don't really have, you know, enough really from the likes of, you know, Renekton, who went for Conqueror this game instead of Kraken Slayer. Yeah. And a few others, you know, a few other things that just means you don't have the damage. But overall, again, just even trade for 3 for 2 trade just means that we're not going to be getting no real advantages for these teams at all.
No, yeah, it's a slow brewer. It's a slow brewer, but yeah, there we go. Shenol to go in, teleport in. He could have teleported anywhere he wanted to on the map, but teleported right next to his homie Fiora. We're seeing a actually no, the Fiora, the Oriana, sorry, rotates up from the mid lane, but then decides to go back. You don't want to leave that Ziggs unattended in that mid lane, or your turret will disappear in a blink of an eye.
Oh, Bromulti goes to Narnia. Unfortunately not going to hit there. I like the idea there from Brom. Brom was trying to dash onto a minion and try and deal enough damage, try and land the CC, but instead just hit nothing.
The intention was there. It was good intention, but just no follow through.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That was about it, to be fair. It was just a good idea, and then that's that. But it's all good. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, right,
high risk, high reward. but nothing did it.
Oh,
hello, is it frozen?
not for me.
Oh,
What have you done? You broken something?
I don't know. The OBS is frozen though.
Wait, on the... Shouldn't be. I'm good.
1 second.
What do be happening?
It looks like my Discord is having a massive... Oh, Paddy, there we go. It is.
You're back? You here with us?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh.
Oh.
Renekton Z.
caught out.
Oh, cheeky outplay from the Z. That was actually really, really smart from the Z, actually dodging the stun there from Renekton, using the ultimate to dodge that and do enough damage. Had to use the flash, but all okay with that one. Really, really nice play. First objective spawning, maybe looking for a trade. Actually, it looks like this time around, Forever Esports want to try and contest this Rift Tower instead of taking the dragon.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot more of a favor for the dragon, the Rift Herald. Sorry, Miss Shelley herself definitely has got a lot of fans since there is only one of them now. She is in high demand. Oh, Ariel taking a lot of damage onto the Nautilus, and Jax finishing off Nautilus there. Nice kill from Carlos once again. But Carlos just getting out there with such little health. Who's praying for him?
Seems like the same story as last game, where Carlos was just surviving on 1 HP every single time. But he does get a kill. He does give him the Divine Sunder as well. But big thing to note is that no objectives were taken, so it gave players enough time to go back, reset, buy a few items that they wanted to buy. Now it does look like Forever Esports are like, okay, we tried to contest the Herald. It didn't do anything for us, so we're just going to go to the Dragon instead.
Gave it a shot. We got a kill from it, but we'll take Infernal. It's no biggie. It's better than Mountain Drake first.
Oh, maybe they... Oh, no.
They get it. They tried. We see a death on the blue side, so Ori goes down. Jax taking a kill onto the Renekton. Zed popping up onto Ziggs once again. So currently a 3-1 trade for Forever Esports. Fiora dashes out on the Shelly's wall. And then we see Jax getting the kill onto the Nautilus.
A big thing there was that Aces were still able to get that Rift Herald. They do kind of lose the fight afterwards. It does look like Forever Esports are trying to take advantage of this, but unfortunately nothing going to be happening. I don't think they're going to take this mid lane tower. They probably don't have the damage to be able to do it. They're trying to, yeah, they tried to get the mid lane tower because they know that they're probably going to lose the mid lane tower here with Shelly probably going to be summoned here from Riot. There we go. So nice idea from Forever Esports, but unfortunately wasn't able to get it.
Full of lots of good ideas, but just the execution not quite there. But we see Shelly take the first hit from it. So first turret does actually go for Almighty Campfire Elite, and Shelly does make it at that second. Oh, and then finish off straight away with Ziggs' bomb. Tier 2 turret down. That is mid lane pretty much there to the inhibitor, but we're seeing that Orianna is trying to take the dual lane turret as well. Nice EC from Renekton there onto Jax. Carlos does go down for the first time in the match. This could be Baron lane turret going down for Forever Esports. So they've just lost. They got 1 turret, but they've lost 3.
3 in exchange for 1 is definitely not going to be nice in favor of Forever Esports. Looks like they will take the mid lane tower here. Saying that though, they are quite low. They are going to lose a player for that mid lane tower. So overall, really nice trade here from Aces. But again, it's another case of the gold is basically even. Hey, look who we have. We have a friend visiting us. Look.
Oh, it's Mr. Shadow Paro.
It's a little Shadow Paro. Oh, there's a fight happening.
Because it doesn't surprise me that the observer's not doing that instead of Stu himself, but there is a fight popping up in the jungle. We do see the Almighty Campfire Elite manage to get a 1-0 trade so far. The Nautilus does go down. They have equalized trades. We see Carlos going head-to-head with his nemesis, that is SS Style there. We see that Zed takes the kill on SS Style. Orianna ult onto the 3 of Almighty Campfire Elite, but there we go. A 4-1 trade for Forever Esports. Definitely went in their favor on that one.
Bit of an overextension there from Aces. They didn't really need to take that fight. Sanji was going underneath the tower. S-Style was all by himself. So unfortunately there for Aces, it was a little bit too much there, to be honest. There wasn't really anything that that they could do. They should have just backed off, tried to get the tower, but unfortunately for them, they do, as you said, lose 4 members. And yeah, they lose the momentum now.
Lose 4 members. I mean, to be fair, they're behind by 5 kills, though. But the goal difference is definitely minuscule right now.
Kind of same as last game. There's not really any goal difference at all, really, between these two teams. As you can see, the gold is dead even right now. 34, that was 34.6 to 34.6. It looks like the
liquor in flavor. It's whoever pays the gold more gets the lead right now. It's that close. 35 seconds till the Ocean Drake is up. Will we see another duo dragon for Forever Esports, or will Almighty Body manage to take one? No. Carlos getting caught out there on a 4-1. Unfortunate for Mr. Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos trying to get the 1v1 exchange there, but hey, when you have a Shen ulti, that's not something that you can do. You can't really... I think that's one of the things that Shen allows the team to do, especially in competitive, is it allows you to split push and actually, you know, compete in the split push. And saying that might be another fight. Shockwave, but that's onto 2 tank members. Not too sure if the Zed's going to do enough damage, though.
Status, but it's too little. They managed to get a double kill, though, on the Ziggs and the Nautilus straight away at the same time. Shen getting the kill onto the Zed. Nicely done. We're seeing S-Style on the... Oh, back in onto it, sorry. Oh, it was Orianna that went into the beyond enemy lines to recall. That is a ballsy move. No pun intended by Orianna.
Oh, Carlos.
Renekton still alive. Carlos going in, gets the kill on Renekton. We've got S-Style there. Oh, gets the kill onto Mr. Braun there.
This is an absolute fiesta. What is going on? Oh, what a nice parry, though. Okay. That parry was absolutely insane from S-Style to parry away from the Shockwave. But yeah, this is just a fiesta blam. I don't really know what's going on. We're just getting fights left, right, and center. I just don't even know what's going on. Everything's happening.
Another fight. It's time for another fight. Zed got his bounty from the Ziggs and managing to get out once again. King Q, just like Carlos, is definitely leaving these team fights very little health.
And finally, the Dragon's going to be started off from Aces. It feels like this should have happened at least a few minutes ago, but Junkless Rider Zito is not going to be able to take that Dragon too quickly, as it actually is going to be started off from Forever Esports. If Forever Esports can take this, it's be pretty good for them to get 2 Dragons. Wait, actually though, look at this.
Yeah. They're going for Baron. They're going for Nashi.
Can they do this? They could probably do this. I don't think they have any idea. Yeah. Fight's gonna be happening on the other sides.
They're thinking, oh well, let's take out 1 or 2 members. Surely they can't be doing Baron Nashor. You know what I mean? Like, where's the rest of the team? It's like they wouldn't just normally leave them there, but fair play to Almighty Capybara Elites for getting the Baron Nashor there.
Pretty nice Baron take there, but can they really get anything for it? Looks like they're actually losing their own base at the moment. Even though they lost Baron, Forever Esports are going to take the 4 versus 5 advantage with Cold Star being dead and take the mid lane tower, which is going to be now even up the towers, 4 towers each. The big thing for Forever Esports is that they have these 2 dragons, so they can try and look for that 3rd dragon when it does spawn, which is going to be the mountain dragon. So very curious as to see how Aces are going to use this Baron, because it seems like this Baron is going to be used more for, you know, just stalling out the game rather than like trying to push out their leads.
Yeah, no, they've got a little bit of a wave here in the mid lane, but it's soon met by the Braum, the Gragas, and the Orianna. Clearly going to wipe this minion wave out. It's quite a far distance for the other minion wave to come in. We probably could see a little bit of a 3v1 engage here, but there's a 1v1 going on in the duo lane from Renekton and the Jax. A lot of trading blows there. Nice there. Okay, teleport in. We see the counter strike, and he gets the last hit onto Renekton. Nicely done. Zed taking out S-Style, so there is going to be no base rush for Almighty Capybara Elites this time. Not yet, at least.
And they weren't even able to get the mid lane tower, so they lose 2 members, aces. They don't get any towers at all. They actually don't even get the tier 2 tower on top or mid, so again, kind of what I was saying with the Baron is that you're not getting any advantages really with the Baron. It's just more of a stalling technique really there for aces. And the next big fight is definitely going to be around this dragon. If Forever Esports can take this triple dragon, we could be seeing that the game could be going to a 1 apiece.
Definitely. Just got to keep an eye on that S-Style there for him not to get a little bit creepy in that bot lane. He is definitely staying there. He's stopping the split push potential from the Jax there, cutting off the minion wave. We see that finally Forever Esports gets that first tier turret in Baron lane, so that is another turret for Forever Esports. Renekton going 1v1 onto the Zed, but then Orianna comes in, takes out the Renekton. We're seeing a 3v1 here onto Carlos. Carlos is doing his best, but it's just not enough style there with Colby Q, and Zito is just too much for Carlos to take.
The good thing is for aces is that they can't, no one can really push against the Ziggs, because the Ziggs are just doing so much. You know, you got so much wave clear, and now especially with the new mana boots giving you that mana regen, just means you can just keep using your abilities over and over again. And that's enough to catch on to Carlos. Even though Carlos does have a lot of kills this game, he has been caught out a few times, and you know, Forever Esports do need to be a little bit careful. But we are about 30 seconds away from this third dragon and 10 seconds away from this Baron. Not too sure if this Baron's going to be as contested as the dragon, or I should say 40 seconds away from the dragon, because getting this third dragon now, I don't think aces can do the same plan as what they did before.
No, I mean, to be fair, looking at the champions and the gold difference between the lanes as well, Zed's really popping off this match. Like, last match, we saw him sort of like fall off quite a little bit, but we're seeing almost a 3k gold difference just alone in that mid lane from the Renekton against the Zed. Zed going for a little bit of a different...
oh, Shen. What?
Back here. Oh. Nicely done. Another kill for Zed. Put him in onto that decade of kills. 10 kills for Zed Boy. And it's already at an uneven trade here. It's a 4v5 for Forever Esports. Oh, nice. Carlos getting the kill onto Renekton. Down goes. Nice status from Coldy Q. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive, though? I don't think it is. Zed, Gragas, and the Orianna have caught wind of him, and then they are looking to try and chase down Riot Zito in the duo lane. Can they manage to catch up to him? It doesn't look like it, but it does free up the Mountain Dragon to be taken for Forever Esports, making it a hat-trick of dragons.
That 1v1 in the Baron lane was definitely something. The damage there from Zed was absolutely disgusting, and as you mentioned, it pretty much made it a 4 versus 5, even though Zed was very late to the fight. So it was technically a 4 versus 4, and Zed was just there to clean up. But it does mean now that Forever Esports do take the dragon, and they're probably going to take this Baron unless the steal comes in. Nope, no steal today.
All that first strike being dealt out by Prince on Ziggs there, but it's just enough to come back there. The gold lead has definitely slipped away from Almighty Capybara Elites. They're just about 4k ahead. I would round it up to 5k, but I'm not feeling too nice right now, so they can have 4k lead from me. The Elder Dragon is... I feel like maybe if Almighty Capybara Elites can get any dragon, it's this dragon they want to get to try and uneven these team fights. They are definitely heavily in the favor of Almighty Capybara Elites. We see that Jax has already made good work onto Style. Oh, nicely done by Braum, taking out the Fiora.
Yeah, really nice there to Zed to be able to get the kill. And you can see they only need 2 people to take down this Elder Dragon. The rest of the team can look to try and push down this mid lane. And even though Ziggs has one of the best wave clears in the game, Ziggs can't really do anything against these Baroned up minions.
I mean, we've had no sign that the game is over yet, I see, but this could be it. This could definitely be it. They have the Elder Dragon for... no, all of Forever Esports are at the gates of the Nexus. It is pretty much 4 seconds until Cold Q comes back, but there we go. It is heavy damage to the Nexus. 2 statuses, though. It slowed down a little bit, but it was definitely the conclusion there. And Forever Esports making it a 1-1 for the game so far.
And Forever Esports bringing it back to an even series. Again, though, a very, very close game, but I think definitely the MVP this game has to go to the Zed in the mid lane. The outplays that the Zed was able to deal was absolutely disgusting. You know, the 1v1 on Fiora in the Baron lane, the constant team fights, just jumping onto Prince every single time. And the problem is that they don't really have anyone to defend off it against this Zed. You know, Zed is able to just jump onto the likes of, you know, Ziggs at the back line, or even just try and 1v1 the Fiora, and don't really have anyone to take down this Zed because the Zed is just so slippery.
Yeah, I feel like because he had that gold lead as well, and not only the kill lead, but the gold lead in that mid lane, and it was a massive gold lead, it's hard to sort of put the brakes on something that's already been unleashed. And like you were saying, they definitely, especially with the help of Carlos within those team fights, they just could get nowhere near Ken Q in the team fights. Carlos was mobbing up and taking out the Fiora and the Renekton, so a lot of sort of like assassin from the Fiora playstyle couldn't get through to the Zed, and then obviously Renekton with the CC just couldn't get close to him. I didn't really see Nautilus's ult be utilized that well from Almighty Capybara elites, so I'm a bit interested to see why that wasn't used